Today, on Season of War, Ridge's flesh-eater courts stride forth on a noble crusade, while Jordan's Hedonites of Slaanesh revel in excess and violence. Usharan, the Mortarch of Delusion, leads the questing courtiers, whose heroes will gain a 5+ ward when they destroy an enemy unit. The army features 4 more royal monstrosities, including a Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, another atop a zombie dragon, then both a royal Terrorgeist and zombie dragon. Additionally, an abhorrent cardinal has joined as a religious leader, and 2 units of Crypt Guard look to help secure the realm. Across the battlefield, Shalaxi Hellbane commands a Seeker cavalcade, whose dexterous cavalry will be able to retreat and charge. Supporting the greater demon are Sigvald, the Prince of Slaanesh, and a Shard Speaker who is a celebrity warlord and carries an icon of infinite excess. Headlining the force is a reinforced unit of Slickblade Seekers, while a unit of Blissbarb Seekers and 2 units of Simbaresh Twin Souls fill out the ranks. An unlikely ally also fights on their side, as Skarbrand follows the revelers to battle. These 2 armies will compete upon the Roiling Roots battle plan, where 5 points are scored for holding 1 objective, 3 for controlling a pair of objectives, and 2 for holding more than your opponent. Each round, the underdog must choose a colored pair of objectives, and units contesting them will suffer the strike last effect. With both armies ready to clash, let's head to the battlefield, for this is the Season of War.
This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partners, Warpfire Minis and Boutique Bastion. If you're in the US, check out Warpfire Minis for the best stock, deals, and service. In Canada, head to Boutique Bastion to buy, sell, or trade new and secondhand models. Today's battle showcases beautiful thematic dice from Baron of Dice. Grab your own or get a custom set made at baronofdice.com.
Hello and welcome to Season of War, and we've got a good match ahead of us today. Ridge, you're bringing out the fleshier torts again.
Yes, we got lots of monsters here and a couple monsters on your side as well.
Yeah, I had to match with some big heroes, but I'm obviously playing the Hedonites of Slaanesh, and I'm excited about that with the notable Regiment of Renown ally. But jumping into the tactics and stuff, I've gone for Scouting Force for my first tactic. So for that one, I have to have 3 units outside of my territory or wholly outside of my territory. And then I've also taken Restless Energy. And the first step of that one is to take an objective away from my opponent.
Yes, and then for me, I also took Restless, so taking 1 from you. And my second one, I'm killing stuff, so we took Intercept and Recover.
All right, so I will have to choose 3 units to be carrying treasure, and I'm actually going to choose my 3 Slaanesh heroes. So Shalaxi, the Shard Speaker, and Sigvald. But then Ridge, I did outdrop you here because I was 3 drops to your 4. It gives me choice of who goes first. So we're obviously giving it away, and we're to jump into a Fleshier towards turn 1.
Let's go. All right, so before we get going, I'm just going to try to make the big giant piece of terrain obscuring from the Terrorgeist hero, which I do on a 4.
And Starbrand's going to do the same thing with the opposite one, which we do on a 3.
Yay, the mission without obscuring has all obscuring.
Now nobody can see.
So for my delusion, I'm actually just going to go with the Flesh Eater Quartz one that makes my run rolls an auto 4 if I don't roll a 4 or plus.
And then Ridge, I'm also going to give you a single temptation dice because I am going to make my Slickblade Seekers euphoric, and only choosing 1 unit.
Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is going to go for the Corpse Mare and the spell. He's going to get that on an 8.
And that's the only wizard I'm out of range for.
Next, we're going to go with the Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon. He is going to go for the Chalice. He is going to miscast. Okay, he's going to take 2 mortal wounds, and he will just have 6s. He will not make any. He will take 2 damage. The Cardinal is going to go for just Sacred Rites, and he's going to bank 5 points plus 1, so 6. He is then going to jump into the throne. So now in the hero phase, my Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon is an aberrant, so he will heal for D3 and heal back to full. That's going to be all for the hero phase.
And then I'm going to spend a command point with Shalaxi for magical intervention, and she's going to try to summon the Twitch Silver Swords. We'll get them on a 6.
All right, we will try to unbind those, and we do on a 7.
Rude.
All right, so then I will go into movement. That will be all for my movement.
And I will spend a command point here to go for a redeploy with the Twin Souls on the right side. They're moving 6.
Nice. All right, what a riveting turn from the Flesh Eater Courts. Yeah, I don't want to overextend, obviously. Jordan has quite a few threats. And we're just gonna score a couple points here, so I'm just gonna get the 5 for 1. I'm not gonna get a pair. I will get more though, so I will score 7 points for primary. And yeah, obviously no tactics yet, and that will be that.
All right, obviously very scared of the Hedonites as always, but that'll be it, and we can jump into Slaanesh, turn 1.
All right, start of the turn, we are going to roll the dice to see what we get with the Delusion. So I do roll a 2. Yeah, and because I have Usharan, I rolled the 2, so I will just keep it a 2. So change it. I'm going to just change it to Usharan's Delusion, which gives me +1 to charge and you -1 to charge.
All right, well, I'll start off by having Shalaxi activate the train piece for +1 to cast. She's going to suffer some mortals. She'll suffer 2, but then I'll spend a command point to try and rally those back. And we do, so back to full. Then she'll jump into casting the Quicksilver Swords and get those off on an 8.
Okay, I will try to unbind with Usharan. He fails.
And then she'll go for the Chronomantic Cogs and get those off on an 8.
Okay, we'll try with the Terrorgeist Hero. No, you got it.
And we're gonna use those cogs to slow down time with Shalaxi to give me that nice -1 to hit bubble. Then my Shard Speaker is going to try and cast Sadistic Spite onto my Slickblade Seekers. And we'll get that off on an 8.
Nice. I will try to unbind with the Zombie Dragon Hero. Nope, you got it.
All right, so they'll have crit mortals instead of just crit 2 hits. Rolling all the 8s in for our friendly corn friend over here. But that's going to be it for my hero phase.
All right, we're going to go for Magical Intervention with the Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon. He is going to go for the Barricade. So let's see what he gets. He rolls a 5, which is a 4, which is definitely a fail.
All right, then we're into movement. And that's going to be it for my movement.
Yeah, I'll just redeploy the Zombie Dragon for 3.
And then into shooting, I'm just going to have my Bliss Barb Seekers shooting at your Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon. I will spend my last command point for all-out attack.
I might as well go for the all-out defense. 6 up ward. I will take 3 damage.
And that's going to wrap up the turn for Slaanesh. We didn't obviously want to go in. You're super defensive right now, so me trying to whip anything forward would just be throwing it away effectively. Don't really have juicy targets, but similarly, I'm trying not to give you any juicy targets either, depending on how priority goes. I had a play with the big redeploy. I could have gone and ran onto this objective to take it, but you could have either redeployed onto it to deny the points, which is only 3 points, which is notable. But a counter charge could have potentially actually tied them up and stopped me from getting my battle tactic, which I will get here, which is 5 points. So securing 5 was worth more than the risk at 3, I think.
Scouting 1 is just insanely important to get if you don't have many units.
Yeah, getting it fast, exactly. So I didn't want to take the risk over there. But looking at the table, I will score hold 1 and hold more for the 7 points there. I will get the first step of scouting as well, so that'll be a 12-point turn.
Yep.
I'll make you underdog, but we can go into priority for round 2.
Let's do it.
I got a 2 to your 4.
Yeah, I am going to give you the turn, sir, and pray for the best.
All right, let's jump into Slaanesh, turn 2.
So I'm an underdog here, so I'm gonna actually choose the green objectives to have strike last.
And then for my euphoric killers, I'm going to, again, just go for the Slickblade Seekers.
And then for my start of turn, I am going to do first the Delusion, so we will roll the dice to see if we keep it. So I do roll the 3, so I can choose. So I am just gonna keep that as the Usharan's Delusion of making you -1 to charge and me +1.
All right, I'm going to start off with Shalaxi again, using the terrain piece to get +1 to cast and unbind. And she will suffer just 1 mortal this time. Then she's going to try and cast Overwhelming Acquiescence onto your 10 Crypt Guard, which will get off on a 9.
Okay, I might as well try. You got it.
So I'll be +1 to wound against them. And then she'll go for a Sadistic Spite onto the Slick Blades for another 9.
Nice. I will go for the unbind with, again, Ushran or one of the two. No, you got it?
We got it, so we're doing Crit Mortals again there. And then the Shard Speaker is going to try and cast Phantasmagoria onto them, which we'll get on an 8.
Okay, I will try again. Hey, I get one.
Unbound.
Unbound.
And that is it for my hero phase.
Alrighty, so my hero phase, I'm going to first rally the Zombie Dragon. He is going to get back 2. Alright, we're going to try to countercast the Barricade again, so CP for that, and come on, let's see. We roll 3, okay.
Alright, well, let's get into movement. And that is all my movement. And then we're into shooting, and I just have the Bliss Barb Archers. I'm going to shoot them all at your Crypt Guard, and I will get an extra rend because you're on the objective. And I'm +1 to wound from the spell, so I'll be on 3s and 3s. That's going to be 6 at rend 2.
That's going to go through, so 6 damage, 6 upward. You will kill 5.
And then I will roll a charge with the Bliss Barb Archers. I did a 9. And that'll be my only charge.
Counter charge is a little appealing, but I want the CP, and it looks like it would be about an 8, so
yeah,
not worth it.
Made it as tough as possible with that awkward positioning, but then you have some tricks with your Crypt Guard.
Yes, I will still do the 3-up fight first with them. They roll a 2.
All right, it looks like it's all me, and we'll fight with those Bliss Barb Archers.
Okay, and then that's going to get them.
And that's going to wrap up my turn here. It was pretty solid, basically everything I was looking for. We will take a pair and more objectives for the full 10 points on primary. We also take an objective from you, which will be the first step of Restless Energy, so 15 points for the turn overall. And we tried to leave up some defenses to make it a little bit tougher for you to get into me and all my juicy stuff, so it'll, we'll see how things play out and where priority goes, but for now, that's all we could do. And Ridge, we can jump into a Flesher Courts, turn 2.
Let's do it. All right, so we're going to start with the Delusion. Ushran first is going to not roll a 1. Boom, big 6. I'm going to be able to choose. We're going to go for the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist's Delusion, which gives me +1 attacks to my companion weapons. Then in the hero phase, I'm going to now heal my Zombie Dragon, Ghoul King, because he had 1 on him. So first, the Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon is going to go for Deranged Transformation onto the 10 Crypt Guard. That will go off with a 6.
I'll try to unbind it with Shalaxi. We did an 8.
Nice. All right, the Terrorgeist is going to go for the Charnel Throne. He's going to miscast. He's going to take 2 mortals, 6 upward. Nope. Oh, he does save 1, so he takes 1 in the hero phase. He is an Aberrant as well, so he's just going to heal 2 back. Yay, we're doing things. So Ushran's first spell is going to go for the one that does D3 mortal wounds. It goes off on a 7.
We'll try to unbind it with the Shard Speaker, and we will on a 9.
Cool, and then I'm just going to go for my Miasma Madness on the Slick Blades. No, fails. Okay. All right, and then the Priest is just going to go for a Sacred Rites again. And thank God I did Sacred Rites, so he will only lose 1. That will be all for my hero phase.
And I'll spend a command point for Magical Intervention with Shalaxi. She's going to try and summon the Pendulum. And I will fail that on a 3.
All right, let's get into moving. Okay, I'm going to spend a CP and bring back 5 Crypt Guard just in Jordan's bottom left corner. And then we are going to use the Zombie Dragon's ability to teleport just to try to go hunt a Sigvald. And then when they are set up, I'm going to use the Throne ability to move the Zombie Dragon D6 for a big 5 inches.
And I will spend a command point to redeploy with Sigvald for a big 6.
Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna skip shooting. Don't wanna make my charges further, and we are gonna go into charges. I'm gonna start with the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. He's gonna get a big 7. And then the Zombie Dragon is going to charge for a big 12. Okay, so now we go into rampages. Usharan is going to first go for the fight last on the Seekers. He fails, he rolls a 1, so they will not have fight last. The normal Terrorgeist into the Blissbarb Seekers. For each 6 will do a mortal. He does nothing. The Zombie Dragon's rampage will have to go into Sigvald on a 3. Okay, he's going to roll 2, so the Zombie Dragon's rampage will fail. All right, well, this is a funny interaction. Everything on the green objectives are fighting last now, so I actually have to go first with the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist. He is the big bad boy, but I was hoping to maybe weaken him with other things. So we're gonna fight first with the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, put everything into the Slickblade Seekers. So first we'll go with the Fang Maws. They're gonna be 3s and 2s, and that would be 10 more.
So 14 damage, that'll kill 3. And then Sigvald isn't on an objective, so we're gonna go with him into your Zombie Dragon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for an all-out defense here.
2s and 3s, 2 damage. And then the only things not on the objective are my Shard Speaker and the swords.
The Shard Speaker fails to connect, though the Quicksilver swords do 5 damage to the Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon. As the remaining Flesh Eater monsters fight, they finish off the Blissbarb Seekers, slay the Shard Speaker, and destroy the Quicksilver swords, though Sigvald only suffers 3 wounds from the Zombie Dragon thanks to all-out defense.
So I will just power through, I guess, but just stay there to do, let's see, just 1 mortal wound to Sigvald.
And we ward it.
Nice. All right, so we made a couple small little tactical errors here. Everybody remember, I made the green strike last. Very good way to start the turn. Then I proceeded to charge all of my dragons onto the green objectives. Because, why not? It's fun.
Well, you didn't, this one, you made the big 12. You needed a 12, you rolled it.
Yes, went in between both, and I was like, if I make it, cool. If I don't, I'll go over here and kill the Twin Souls, or try to. So yeah, I made the big charge. I'm like, I have to try to go into Sigvald. A few just iterations where that just sucked because I wanted to try to fight the Slickblades with something else possibly before the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, because he doesn't actually get his quest in Courtier's 5-up ward now because I failed all of his jaws.
He has to kill a unit.
He has to be the one that killed it, and technically the swords isn't a unit at the end, so the Zombie Dragon doesn't get the 5-up ward as well. But I was able to kill the things I kind of needed to kill. And one of the strengths of this list is obviously being on the bottom of the turn. I was able to give the turn away and be more drop, so I will have a reroll. But cool, so yeah, so I will actually get more here. I need to stay on that point, so I'm gonna get more, a pair, 10 for primary, and I will get that 1 level. Oh, actually, I will get 20 here because I'm gonna get Restless for taking yours, and I will get the 1 of Intercept for killing in the Shard Speaker.
Which will bring us tied going into priority. We're at 27 apiece.
Okay.
Round 3. That's a 1 for me, a 2 for you.
Rolled the 2. And like I was saying, that's pretty much what this list does. So I'm just going to take the double here, and we'll go into Flesh Eater Courts, turn 3. Okay, so I have to declare again. I'm going to go try to see what my delusion's going to be. Try to keep it the same. I do, so I choose the +1 to attacks for all companions, Holy 12 of a hero.
And then I'm going to activate the Place of Power with Starbrand for the extra Unbind, and I am going to give my Slickblade Seekers, make them euphoric, give them crit 2 hits, and ridge 1 single die. And with you taking the double, that'll mean I am the underdog, and I will choose the green objectives to give out strikes last.
So Aberrants will all heal, so I'm going to heal the Zombie Dragon Ghoul King for 2. First, we're going to do fun stuff. Usharan is going to target Shalaxi and do the Madness spell where she can try to bonk the Cav. We're going to fail that on a 3. All right, then we're going to go for a Miasma of Madness from the Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon, and we're going to target the Slickblade Seekers. We'll go off on a 9.
I'll try to unbind it with Shalaxi. We'll tie it on a 9.
That's big, so any ones that they do on their hit rolls to hit me, they take a mortal wound back. And then Usharan will just go for the Goblet on a 6.
We'll try to unbind it with Shalaxi, but we roll snake eyes.
The Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is just going to try to dispel the cogs, which I do on a 7. All right, and then the Cardinal's time to shine. He is going to go for the +1 damage, but if I roll a 10 up, it will be +1 or fight twice. 6 + 5, so I will get an 11. So that's going to make it so that the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist is going to be able to fight twice. All right, then let's jump into movement. The Zombie Dragon is going to move D6 for just 2, closer. All right, that's going to be it for the movement phase.
And then I will spend a command point to redeploy with my Slickblade Seekers. We did a 1.
Once the flesh eaters are in position, their monsters release their death shrieks and baneful breath, though only one connects, and it deals 5 damage to the Painbringers.
I will get into charges. So the Terrorgeist is going to charge first. He's going to roll a big 12, because why not? Okay, and then I'll charge with Usharan. He's going to get a 9.
And Shalaxi will use her Rampage before you move Usharan to try and preemptively charge you. We get a 9, so we're going to get into Usharan through your manifestation.
Nice.
Which is big because it keeps you on the green objective, striking last.
The Terrorgeist is then going to charge 6. Yeah, so Usharan's going to go first, try to make Shalaxi fight last with himself. He does not, rolls a 4. The Zombie Dragon is going to roll 3 up to see if it can do some mortals. It doesn't, he does not, he fails. The Zombie Dragon is going to try to give no commands to Sigvald. He does, no commands. The normal Terrorgeist is going to try to see how many mortals it can do to the Slickblade Seekers. It does do 3 mortals, which is very big because if it does 3, it makes them fight last.
All right, then Scarbrand will use his Rampage to try and do some mortals, and I would do 3 mortal wounds to your Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon.
Nice, okay. 6s, I take all 3. And now I am going to go first with the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, pile in and put everything into Scarbrand.
And I will go for all-out defense. And you are -1 attack from the Twin Souls.
All right, so let's go with the Big Maws first. 11 damage there. So that's 2, 4, 6 more damage. So he's alive on 1.
And then we have our 5-up ward save.
Oh, yes, ward there.
Which you did 17, so I have to save 2 of these.
Oh, yeah, because he's 16.
And we're going to save 8 of those and take 9. Then we'll go with Sigvald into your Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon for 4 damage, no wards.
Nope.
After Sigvald attacks, the Corpse Mare Stampede takes down 3 Slickblade Seekers, then Scarbrand fights and is poised to land up to 24 damage.
So we'll have 1 at 8 damage and 4 at 4 damage.
So I'm going to use my Slaanesh dice to try to save the 8 damage one. So I need a 3 up. I get it.
Come on.
So there goes that. And then 4 at Ren 2. 4 at Ren 2 will be 6s. I do make 1.
So 12 damage.
So I take 10 and negate the first, so I'll take 9 damage. So I'm up to 12.
It would be nice if you took 8 more.
Yeah, that would have even been dead.
Yep.
As the fighting continues, Sigvald is slain by the zombie dragons. Shalaxi deals 11 damage to Usharan, and 3 more Slickblades are killed. Then, when the units striking last get to fight, the Slickblades do 9 damage to the Terrorgeist, but they suffer 4 mortals in return. Next, the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist just barely finishes off Scarbrand when he fights again, and Ushoran deals 10 wounds to Shalaxi.
Okay, so that is the turn. Lots of crazy amounts of carnage and killing and all the good stuff. Just barely able to take Scarbrand down through the -1 attack, so that was really big. And yeah, the just sheer amount of, charging and just kind of taking the double there, obviously worth it being able to kill enough stuff. So because Jordan chose Sigvald to not be the intercept target, I'm not going to be able to get that for intercept, taking the double, but it's okay. I'm still going to score a pair, score more, so I will score 10 still. And yeah, lots of carnage, lots of damage.
Yeah, pretty disheartening turn. I tried to set myself up in the best position, but with the order of priority, there wasn't anything more I feel like I could have done here to, outside of you roll a 1 or a 2 on your d6, and I potentially take down your Terror dice, still have Starbrand. Shalaxi has the chance to take down Usharan, so again, gave myself chances, I feel like, but we're going to be in a tough spot.
With the Slaanesh dice, you mean, yeah, because I rolled it, and if I roll a 1 or 2 there, I take 8 damage, the dragon dies.
Exactly.
So that was big, yeah, getting the Slaanesh back.
Yeah, so not in a great spot, but we will keep fighting and see if we can kill a couple big heroes and jump into Hedonites of Slaanesh, turn 3. All right, we're going to start off with Shalaxi trying to cast Refined Senses, which he will get on a 5.
I will try to unbind. I roll an 8.
So you stop that, and then she'll try and cast Overwhelming Acquiescence onto your Ghoul King on Terrorgeist, which will get on a 9. All right, so we'll be +1 to wound against it. And then we're into movement, and we're going to start by retreating our Slick Blades, who can retreat and charge with my battle formation. They will, though, suffer 1 mortal. And that'll be it for my movement, so just charges, and we're only charging the Slick Blades. We'll get a 5, so we are in. All right, then into combat, we are going to use Shalaxi's once per game ability to let the Slick Blade Seekers fight twice.
So Usharan is going to try for that 6 again to make Shalaxi fight last. No, I'm just going to go for the Feeding Frenzy from the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist.
And we will start off combat with the Slick Blade Seekers. I unfortunately don't get weapon abilities, so I don't get my +1 damage, but we'll do what we can. And I'm going to go for all-out attack.
Okay, I'm going to go for all-out defense here.
So 6 damage total.
Right, I will have a 5 aboard now because I killed Scarbrand. I do take 4 though and die.
And then with Usharan striking last, I will get the chance to fight with Shalaxi first. So the Impaling Claws, both miss. Sword Piercer for 15 damage.
All right, yeah, that kills him too.
Just headhunting out here. And that'll wrap up Slaanesh turn 3. Like, obviously it was good here, but it just shows how close I was the previous turn to being able to weather a bit more and be in a really good spot. Here we still did a lot, but just so much on the back foot, though it does level the playing field a bit. Just scoring is obviously always a concern. I do just hold 1 objective here, scoring 5 points for that. Obviously it had no real plays for anything else, and because you're leaving those 10 Crypt Guard there, I can't really charge them because you get buffed and I lose my buffs, so it's really an awkward spot there for them, unfortunately.
Like yin and yang, essentially.
Yeah, you can just sit there on that objective and I can't take it from you. I can't really do anything, and they're so far out of the way. But again, 5 points if we take down your 2 biggest baddies, so we're happy about that.
Yeah.
And we can look at priority going into round 4.
Yes, sir.
That's a 5 for me, a 6 for you.
I rolled a 6. I'm obviously going to take the turn here, so we will jump into a Flesh Eater Court, turn 4. So let's see about my delusion roll. I roll a 4, so I have to actually keep the same delusion, even if that dragon, even if the Terrorgeist is dead. So I will still have the +1 attack to companion weapons.
Yeah, near heroes.
Apparently, that's how that works. So cool.
And then to declare my euphoric targets, I'm just going to put it on Shalaxi.
So, into the hero phase, the Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon is going to heal D3 for 3. We are going to go for a rally on the Terrorgeist. He's going to heal 1. So the Cardinal is going to go for the prayer where you can't benefit from positive modifiers on Shalaxi. 4, it does go off. He is then going to pop into the throne. The Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon. I'm just going to go for the D3 Mortal Wound spell onto Shalaxi. Fails.
And I will spend a command point to rally Shalaxi. Healing 3 wounds.
And then I will go into movement. All right, so starting off, we are going to auto 6 for at the double. We're going to throw those 5 Crypt Guard to get the back home point there. We are going to teleport the Zombie Dragon. All right, that will be it for movement.
I will spend a command point to redeploy with Shalaxi for 4 inches.
Shooting. So we're gonna shoot the Terrorgeist into the Twin Souls. D6 shots. Oh, no, sorry, 1 shot on a 4, 2. Yep, so 1 rend, 2 for 3 damage.
You kill 2.
And we will go into charges. The normal Terrorgeist, we get a 5. Let's go with the normal zombie dragon. It's gonna get a 6. That's gonna fail, so we will re-roll that. See if he can get in. Does with a 9. And then we will charge with the zombie dragon. We get an 8. So the zombie dragon's rampage does go off. It can move 2d6 for 6. All right, and then it will just try to kill the twin soul, which I do 3 mortal wounds.
You got him.
And then the Terrorgeist will choose the unit of 3. 3 dice, 6s are mortals, nothing. And the zombie dragon will do a 3-up no commands on Shalaxi, which goes off. All right, we'll go first with the Terrorgeist. We're gonna do all attack, put everything into Shalaxi. We are gonna be -1, +1, so we'll be back to 4s.
All right, so 11 total. She'll have her ward saves. Really good. She'll ward 7 of those, take 4, and she's still alive.
Wow!
And then we will go with Shalaxi into your base zombie dragon. Impaling Claws for 4 damage. And then Soul Piercer.
Take 3.
For 6 more.
So I take 9. So he's up to 11.
Soon, another slick blade falls, though the last 2 finish off the zombie dragon. But once Shalaxi goes down, all hope is truly lost.
Okay, so end of the turn, we got there. It got pretty dicey there at the end.
Shalaxi could have lived when the -1 hit.
Yes, I luckily rolled an auto and then put 1 through, but yeah, just showing like -1 to hit, obviously very good against everything that hits on 4s. And my big thing was my trait is on the Terrorgeist that gives all the other dragons +1 to hit on their companions. So when he goes down, that hurts a lot for the synergy with all
Well,
the
you got
other
lucky
dragons.
that you had to choose the same one because of the way it works.
With
so.
the +1 attack, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would have had +1 to hit on everything, right? So, yeah, Feck is good. They have all the delusions are good, but it's weird how that delusion did work. That you still get to keep the one even though he's dead.
Yeah,
Strange,
well,
but
they're crazy. So
yeah, I guess they are delusional. So yeah, we're gonna get the big tactic for taking Shalaxi down. So we get our intercept. We do get Restless 2 now because I've taken your home objective, which is the Crypt Guard that I forgot were there the turn before, and we're gonna get another 20 because I'm gonna get a pair as well and hold the more. So this looks like, obviously after I pulled that out from killing Shalaxi, but if that goes the other way there and you kill me, I think it just turns the game on its head pretty much, which is kind of wild.
yeah, really, obviously the few interactions there over the couple turns, I was in the fight despite the circumstances, but just needed a little bit to go my way, and well, it wasn't getting what I needed. But looking at my turn, very little I can do. I will retreat out, charge back in just to block off your zombie dragon or Terrorgeist from piling onto the objectives. So I'll be able to likely hold on to that one and score 5 points, but that's basically all I'm doing for the game. So there's not really enough left to play it out. Obviously, just going for those 5 points would be kind of the best I can do. But I think I mentioned it earlier, but when you're playing against such an aggressive army and they get the prios all in their favor, I tried to hunt her down, play defensive, give myself the opportunities to either countercharge, get in with Shalaxi, use my tricks as much as I could, but it just wasn't enough.
No, they're just able to get in and do enough damage, which that's what these dragons do. It's like this list, like I was saying when I took priority there, is very much different than the other traditional Feck list play that plays spread maps and bring units back and have ghouls.
Yeah, the guys fighting first when you go into them, and
Crypt Guard.
more defensive.
Yeah, so this is more of a list that, yeah, exactly.
Is an aggressor.
Yeah, more of an aggressive list, but still was close at the end. It wasn't like it was just over, right? Like it was.
Well, you would probably score like another 15 or 20, so it's likely 77 to 37. So not too close.
But you know what I mean. It could have.
On the table, even if like the previous turn, if I really did have a shot at killing both your big heroes.
Yeah, and winning.
If I did that, I would have Shalaxi and Starbrand still left. With a priority win, it's game over in my favor. Obviously, there's a few things going differently.
Yeah.
But it just shows the circumstances that, again, needed a priority or something to go my way to kind of recoup the losses. But
yeah, I've played this list a few times and it is fun. It is very much positionally difficult. You don't think about that because it's so many few of models, but they're such big bases. So pulling them out and moving them around and you know, you're able to screen and just kind of redeploy little things. Like
I tried to clog things up as much as I could too.
Yeah, clogging is very hard to get stuff in. The Stronger in Madness is just wildly good in this matchup too. The no weapon abilities against like Scarbrand and like
so good.
Yeah, easily the best trait. So yeah, that was yeah, it was good. Terrorgeist went in and killed Scarbrand. That's all that I really wanted to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, Shalaxi represented herself decently, taking down your big hero.
Yeah.
So I think on the Slaanesh side, everything, you know, again, under the circumstances, we were just scrapping and doing what we could. But you could definitely see in different circumstances, if I have the chance to give away turn, be the aggressor, get in, you know, my charges in first.
Yeah.
Get strikes last with Sigvald, and you know, a couple different things going my way. It could easily, like these two armies, it could be a landslide the opposite way, right?
Yes.
Both kind of similar styles with being kind of glass cannons, but here, you know, the favor of the Warhammer gods went in the way of the flesh eaters.
Of the dragons, they got the the priority is obviously big, and giving away turn 2 and then doubling, that's like a
and then keeping the turn order
and having a reroll actually. You rolled a 5 too, but I rolled the big 6, so it was like, but yeah.
Yeah,
high drops is actually legit, is good, right?
For
like,
sure.
It's nice that they have that.
A big bloody match either way though, and the Flesh Eater courts will pull this one out. Though we took down at least 3 of the big monsters, which is better than the Sylvaneth did, so we'll have to be happy with that. We will wrap things up there though, guys. We hope you enjoyed this battle report, another look at the Flesh Eaters, and we haven't had Slaanesh out in a while, so it was good to get them on the table. We'll have to try them again soon, but yeah, and that's going to be it for us here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that battle report, and we'll see you in the next one.
Have a good week, everyone.